Fall Town Meeting Warrant, Town of Wareham, October 26, 2009, Wareham High School, 7 Viking Drive, Wareham, Massachusetts, 7 p.m., Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Plymouth. To either of the constables of the Town of Wareham, greetings. In the name of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, you are hereby directed to notify and warn the legal voters of the town, qualified to vote in town affairs, to meet in the high school auditorium, 7 Viking Drive, Wareham, Massachusetts, on Monday, October 26, 2009, to act on the following articles. Article 1. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate and transfer, from available funds, a sum of money to amend or supplement the fiscal year 2010 budget, to defray the costs of a projected deficit, or to do, or act, in any manner relative thereto. Inserted by the Board of Selectmen at the request of the interim town administrator. Article 2. To see if the town will vote to authorize the Board of Selectmen, pursuant to GLC 40. S15A, to lease the care and custody of the real property and improvements thereon, known as Westfield site. More specifically, located at Charlotte Furnace Road, consisting of 18.5 acres, more or less, and identified on Wareham Assessor's Map 105, Parcel 1001 and Assessor's Map 105A, Parcels 107 through 130, and Parcels 162 through 175, and Parcels 198 through 213, and Parcels 215 through 221, and Parcels 229 through 238, and Parcels 259 through 287, and described in the instrument, recorded with the Plymouth District Registry of Deeds in Book 4314. Page 189, said portion containing 24.49 acres, more or less, being the premises shown as Westfield overall plan, surveyed by GAF Engineering on May 11, 2006, to be placed under the Selectmen's care and custody, for the purposes of continuing, and expanding, the use of the parcel for affordable senior rental housing. And further, to authorize the Board of Selectmen, if the Board of Selectmen so vote, to lease or convey said property and improvements for the purposes of improving, expanding, and the perpetual management of the property, for affordable rental housing, pursuant to the requirements of GLC 40, S3, and GLC 30B, at the following. And upon terms and conditions, acceptable to the Board of Selectmen, and pursuant to the authority, granted the Board of Selectmen, by GLC 44, S55C, and further, that if the Board of Selectmen is to lease, for a maximum of 99 years said property, that lease be subject, to the prior placement of a restriction on said property, including but not limited to the found at GL. C 184, Sections 31-33, ensuring that all dwelling units constructed thereon, be restricted for affordable housing purposes in perpetuity, or take any other action thereon, or to do, or act, in any manner relative thereto, inserted by the Board of Selectmen. Article 3. To see if the town will vote to accept the provisions of MGL Ch 64L, S2, to impose a local option meals excise, at a rate 0.75% above the current state rate of 6.25%, submitted by the Board of Selectmen at the request of the interim town administrator. Article 4. To see if the town will vote to amend its local room occupancy excise under MGL Ch 64L, S3, to a rate of 6%, which is 2% above the current town tax of 4%, submitted by the Board of Selectmen at the request of the interim town administrator. Article 5. To see if the town will vote to revoke its acceptance of the provisions of GLC 31, as voted under Article 52 of the March 7, 1938 Annual Town Meeting, and thus remove from civil service the position of Chief of Police of the Wareham Police Department. Provided, however, that this revocation shall not impair the civil service status of any incumbent presently holding the position of permanent Chief of Police, or take any other action relative thereto. Inserted by the Board of Selectmen. Article 6. To see if the town will vote to accept the layouts of Agawam Lakeshore Drive, Regent Avenue and Shaker Avenue as public ways, and to raise and appropriate, or transfer, a sum of money to reconstruct the roadways, or to do, or act in any manner relative thereto. Inserted by the Board of Selectmen. Article 7. To see if the town will vote to amend the Town of Wareham bylaws and place in the appropriate place the following addition. The preservation of historically significant buildings, intent, and purpose. This bylaw is enacted for the purpose of preserving and protecting significant buildings within the town which constitute, or reflect distinctive features of the architectural, cultural, economic, political, or social history of the town, and to limit the detrimental effect of demolition on the character of the town. Through this bylaw, owners of preferably preserved buildings are encouraged to seek out alternative options that will preserve, rehabilitate or restore such buildings, and residents of the town are alerted to impending demolitions of significant buildings. By preserving and protecting significant buildings, streetscapes and neighborhoods, this bylaw promotes the public welfare by making the town a more attractive and desirable place in which to live and work. To achieve these purposes, the Historical Commission is authorized to advise the building inspector with respect to demolition permit applications. The issuance of demolition permits is regulated, as provided by this bylaw. Definitions.